Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. Welcome to the free game collection. So it's only the second episode of the year for 2025. Car boots still aren't on. However, I have managed to find a half decent amount of games really, all things considered, because they're just charity shops on Facebook. But there's one or two good ones in here. One in particular, a Facebook pickup, that I am definitely wanting to make sure that I can get that for free to add one of them to the collection. But I'll save that till the end. So let's crack on, shall we? So the first ones, these were from Bernardo's, and Bernardo's had a 3 for £1 on DVDs and CDs. They did have a couple games in there. It's quite a big shop. So I found one or two games, went to the lady at the back where the hatch is and said, do you have any games out the back? She said yes, and she gave me a nice little pile. Sorted through them, found some really good ones, which I'll show you now. But then when I went to the till, the other lady was like, oh, £9. So she was trying to charge me £1 each, which is what the normal price is. I then said, oh, well, these not in the 3 for £1. And she went, oh, of course they are, £3. I was like, absolutely fantastic. So 9 games for £3, and they are Halo Reach, quite a common game that you find out about. No real value to it. Yeah, I've not played it, to be honest, so I'm not going to pretend I have. But I know Halo Reach is one of those games that quite a few Halo fans have as one of their favourite in the franchise. Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires. Picked up a Dynasty Warriors game before as well. I do already have this one. I didn't think I did, but it's in nice condition as well. So Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires. There's so many different Dynasty Warriors games, isn't there? Star Trek Legacy on the Xbox 360. I picked this up thinking that I didn't have it. Turns out I do already have it, so I'll be moving this one on. I think this is on the PS2 as well. I may have this on 360 and PS2. I might be wrong about the PS2, but I picked up a few Star Trek games last year. It's made by Bethesda. I haven't played this one yet, but it's definitely on the backlog to give it a go. So £1, well, it weren't £1, so those 3 for £1. Happy days. This one's a good one to have found. I didn't realise I needed it. Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. I don't have this. I thought when I picked this up that I'll move this one on. Turns out I think this is the only Prince of Persia game that I don't have in my PS2 collection. So I'm actually tempted to keep hold of this one because I'd assumed I already had it. But no, £2 at CEX at some point in time. So it's not a valuable game, but Prince of Persia is a fantastic series, so to have them all on the PS2, that'd be fantastic. Guitar Hero World Tour, picked that up many, must have picked that up 30, 40 times in the last 2 years. SpongeBob SquarePants, what is this? Creature from the Krusty Krab. I really liked SpongeBob. It started to come out just as I was sort of coming to the end of my childhood, so I caught the end of it. I still watch it every now and then if it's on the telly, but yeah, I like it. Creature of the Krusty Krab, I probably won't play it, so I probably won't be adding it to the Wii collection because I'm being very, very strict with the Wii collection. However, I may have a quick go on it before I decide. And this is Call of Duty Black Ops on the PS3, absolute staple. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. To be honest, I knew that you don't get much for this. I think this is a 10p game, but it was 3 for £1, so I picked it up just to make up the numbers, basically. But yeah, obviously it's a fantastic game, but fortunately sold quite a lot, so you don't get much for it. But this was the pick of the bunch. So this is Warhammer 4000 Space Marine, the Elite Armor Pack. So they've released a new game in this franchise recently, and the price of this has gone through the roof. This was 75p at some point in time with CX. This is about £20 now. I have this on the Xbox 360. I haven't played it, don't have it on the PS3. However, I'm aware that the price of this has probably gone as high as it has because the new game has came out. So it's in fantastic condition, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm on the fence as to whether to keep this for my PS3 collection or put it on Vintage because it's in such good quality, or take it to CX. I'm not quite sure, but absolutely fantastic to have found that one there. I haven't decided what's going on with that one yet. So £3 for those. Absolutely fantastic. That was a fantastic charity shop find. Not so great, but still pretty good. 50p each these were. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 on the Wii. I picked that up and moved it on in the past. And Just Dance 2. Pick that up all the time as well. So £1 for those weren't too bad. They were the only games that were in the charity shop at the time I went. These were 50p each as well, so it was £2 for these, so not much at all, but they weren't the best, to be honest. I don't really know why I picked them up. I thought I'd get a bit more for some of them. WWE 12, Randy Orton on the front there. I've probably played that one. I might not have. I don't really know, to be honest with you. SmackDown versus Raw. This one's 2011. This has got Randy Orton, Sheamus, and The Undertaker on the front. So whoever traded these in were into their wrestling game. So those two there for £1. Then we've got this one, Viking Battle for Asgard. This is a fantastic game. I bought the Wolves of Midgard, I think the second one is on the Xbox One. Bought that last year. This is fantastic. This is one of the first Xbox 360 games I ever played. Absolutely love this game. Highly recommend that you give this one a go. It's dirt cheap. Again, I think this might be a 10p, 1 penny game in CEX. But like I said, I just picked it up because I think nostalgia got me on that one. But yeah, Viking Battle for Asgard. I don't have it on the PS3, so I might be keeping it. And then the last wrestling game, yeah, Legends of WrestleMania. Whoever traded these in was definitely a wrestling fan. You get a little bit more for this one. I quite like this game. This one was pretty good. Some people don't like this one, if I remember correctly. They're not a fan of the sort of over the top and the body shapes and things, but I really enjoyed it. I actually remember playing this one. But yeah, there we go. So WrestleMania, Legends of WrestleMania 4 for £2. Absolutely fantastic. Last one here from the charity. Oh no, there's one other from the charity shop after this. So these were 50p each, weren't they? Let me double check. Yeah, £2, 50p each. So there is the Getaway and the Getaway Black Monday. Absolutely loved the Getaway growing up. It don't go back and play. It hasn't aged well at all. The controls on it are nigh on impossible. I had to go on this about 6 months ago and turned it off after about half hour because I realised I was destroying my nostalgia. So warning, this game has not aged very well. The Getaway Black Monday, my plan was play that and then play this, but after I played that, I didn't want to go and play that one just in case. I think it's slightly better. I think there's some subtle improvements over the Getaway, but yeah, fantastic series growing up, absolutely brilliant. They should remake this. Could you imagine this being made today? That sort of London gangster scene. With a bit more of a, well, obviously this was the early 2000s, but modern day sort of Grand Theft Auto styles, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? But yeah, they should give the Getaway a bit of love, but they haven't aged well. Final Fantasy 12, I don't actually think CX take this. I do already have it, but I've never played it, so I don't really know too much about that. But if you have a look on the app, it says out of stock and not taken anymore. And Max Payne 3, this is one of those games that I have to say is criminally underrated. It's a fantastic game. Really, really enjoy playing this one. I can recommend you give it a go. Dirt cheap. Well, I think it's gone up in price a little bit, actually. I think it used to be like £1. Now it's gone up to a couple quid. But either way, even if it's less than a tenner, you're going to get your money's worth there. So Max Payne 3, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, £2 for those from a charity shop. Not too bad at all. Two more left now. This one was on its own in a charity shop. This is the best one from the charity shop this week. Paid £1 for this, and it's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the Nintendo GameCube. I picked this up last year from a car boot, weirdly enough. I don't find many GameCube games out and about at all. This is the Player's Choice version. I found the normal version last year. £1, just sitting there. It doesn't have a manual, but the disc is absolutely fine. You don't find GameCube games very often. It was just sitting there in with the DVDs. I just noticed the silver spine, but you get a little bit for this as well. I think CX charged £20 or something for that. Unfortunately, it's one of the very few GameCube games that I already own, which is a shame, otherwise I've been keeping hold of that. But yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I don't know if that's how you're saying it, but there you go. So that was the last one from the charity shop. That was a really good find for £1. And then the last one, this was the best one for me. So I was on Facebook Marketplace, I was taking a look, and somebody had 2 Pokemon games up for £15, but the picture just had 2 cartridges. So £15 for 2 Pokemon games, I thought that's pretty good, even if it's just for the cartridges. I might be able to, if I can get them a little cheaper, I might be able to move them on eBay or something, get some money there. So I sent a message, would you take a tenner? She said yes. So I was like, oh, fantastic. She weren't too far away. I think she was a 12-minute drive away. Can I come pick them up now? She said, yes, of course you can. Brilliant. So I got those 2, what I thought were 2 loose Pokemon games for £10. Got there, lovely lady, but when she handed them over to me, she handed them me in a case. And I thought to myself, oh, there's a case there. What did she give me the wrong thing? Flipped it over, and it was the case to one of the games I was picking up. She said that she'd actually found one of the cases. Now, I was hoping that she had found the other case at the time, to be honest with you. But it came with a case. So now I had 1 Pokemon game full in a case and 1 loose for £10, which was actually fantastic. The 2 games were Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Ultra Moon. Now, the case that she found was Pokemon Moon. I already have this in the collection, so I'll be moving this one on. So then I was left with just a loose cartridge of Pokemon Ultra Moon. So I went on eBay and I bought a case for £8. So in total, I spent £18 for Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Ultra Moon because I need this one for my collection, and the fact that I've gone out and bought a case for it, it pretty much guarantees I am definitely going to be keeping hold of it. So Facebook Marketplace turned into a bit of a benefit there, ended up getting one of the cases for free anyway, so I got that, fantastic, and then extra £8 meant that I got a case for that. So £18 for Facebook Marketplace / eBay find, not too bad at all. So I've been moving this one on. Like I say, I've already got a copy of that one. This goes for like 40 quid or something in CEX. So it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I think £18 for those, and I think CEX are going to give me like 9 quid for that, £10, something like that. So essentially I paid like £8-9 for a £40 Pokemon game. So we've got to keep that one. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I was so buzzing when she's shown up. I was a bit confused at the start because I thought, oh, is she selling multiple games and she's about to give me the wrong one, or what's going on here? But then when she said, oh, I found the case and the other one's in there, I was like, oh, absolutely fantastic. So anyway, so that's it for this week. Again, no car boots, but still for charity shops and actually finding a decent find on Facebook Marketplace, I'm really chuffed with that. So I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to go to CEX and I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back from CEX, so let's make it all free. First thing, how much did everything you just see cost us? Cost us 27 quid, which ain't too bad considering £18 of that was just the Pokemon game. So let's take £27 away from there. That's what we need to get back to make sure it's free this week. How do we do it? There was only one thing that I felt comfortable putting on Vinted. There was only one thing mint enough to put on there, and that was Space Marine. And I sold that for £12. I decided in the end that that probably was going to go down in price at some point in time. I couldn't see it remaining that high, so I thought, let's trade it in. And I've got it on the 360, so I can play it on that if I ever want it. So we've got £12 for that, and then in CEX I only needed a couple quid more, so I could £9 for Pokemon Moon. The cartridge was a little bit battered, that's why I didn't put that one on Facebook. It was just it weren't perfect, and I could imagine a Pokemon collector wanted it perfect, so I didn't risk it. And then Sonic Adventure 2, that was £9 as well. So CEX gave us £18 plus the £12, £30 back. So stick £30 back up there. So we got it all for free and we made a few quid. I'm not going to go through everything on the voucher just to sort of save time, but what you need to know is we got £16 and 60 pence on everything you just saw on voucher at CEX, plus £13 for Sonic 06 from last week, and also Wii Sports Resort from last week. That was £7 as well, so there was another £20 from that. So in total on the voucher we got £36.60. Not too bad at all. So £36.60 up there. So got all the money plus a few quid. 36 odd quid on a voucher, fantastic. Before I show you what I'm going to keep, very quickly, they don't take Final Fantasy VII for some bizarre reason, so that's still with me. And then these are the tuppence games. So Viking, I'm just going to keep hold of that. WWE 12, Drake's Fortune Uncharted, the first one, that's just a couple pennies, and Call of Duty Black Ops, that's a couple pennies anyway. So keep saying it, we're not giving games away for free, so we'll just put those to the side. What I'm going to do with them, who knows? If I need any for the PS3 little side collection I've got, I'll put them in. Don't think I've got Battle for Asgard, so that might make its way in there. The rest of them I might just take to a charity shop at some point in time. But what are we adding to the collection? So 2 things we're going to keep hold of. I am going to keep hold of Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. So like I say, I'm not just adding things anymore. I'm going to test them and make sure I'm happy with them. I've had a quick go on this. It's not as good, in my opinion, as Sands of Time, I think it's called. I played it many moons ago, and there might be a bit of nostalgia on that one for me, because I did have good memories of it. But this one's fine, and it is nice to have the sort of completed trilogy for the Prince of Persia on the PS2. It is good. It's okay. I am going to keep it. It's worthy of keeping just to complete that little subsect, but it's not quite as good as I remember as Sands of Time, but still not too bad. So Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, lovely condition. That's made its way into my collection. Happy to be keeping hold of that one. And then of course the big one that I'm keeping hold of is Pokemon Ultra Moon. Managed to catch myself some Pokemon out there in the wild. Fantastic. So yeah, really glad to have in this one. I've already got Pokemon Moon. This is Ultra Moon. If anyone doesn't know, you might know. Basically, they release these as like an upgrade. I've had a very quick go, but I've did a proper Google on this one because I would love to have all the Pokemon games, but they're very expensive, so I'm not going to go out of my way to sort of proactively do that. Let's just hope it occurs naturally. But it's basically like, you know, they did Red and Blue, and then they released Yellow, which is like an upgrade, and then they did Gold and Silver, and then they did Crystal. This is like the Crystal and the Yellow. They're just bit more, couple more extra Pokemons on there, couple extra little bits so you can go and do some extra items and things. So it's just like Pokemon Moon, just the definitive edition, if you think of it like that. So yeah, really glad to be keeping all that. Got the case, so I had to put some effort into it, but it is absolutely cracking now. So yeah, any week where you can get a free Pokemon game is absolute win for me. So got all the money back, plus £3. Got nearly over 30 odd quid on a voucher, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're adding things to the collection that are worthy to be added to the collection, because we're not hoarding anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. So I'm more than happy with this week. I think that was a pretty good result, to be fair. Not too shabby. Hopefully the car boots will pick up soon, so I'd really like to go get to that. I'm in the mood for some car boots, you know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure when this video is going to go out, but they're not out at the minute, and I've still got a couple of weeks to go. But yeah, really looking forward to getting out there, getting into the cold and the wet of a Sunday morning. So thank you very much for joining me. Take care of yourself, guys.